What would you do if you woke up tomorrow and found your world turned upside down? Lagos, Nigeria recently debuted a building that brings one of your most insane fears to life. Welcome to Landmark's Upside Down House in Africa's most populous city. Living in Nigeria lately feels like our lives have been turned upside down. That's why I believe this edifice is an embodiment of our country in 2025. Join me on a tour that will have you question reality and turn your neck to get your bearings. This video will be unlike any other on this channel, and by the end of it, you either fall in love with this tourist attraction or dismiss the concept as an unnecessary gimmick. Landmark's upside down building is the second in Africa. It has 2 living rooms, 2 bedrooms, an attic, kitchen and dining area, and features an open concept. You can also find a balcony and multiple stairways. Sometimes the truth is crazier than fiction. Landmark is showing its commitment to making Lagos, Nigeria a legitimate tourist destination. Why don't you sit back and relax as I take you on a journey that will change your life. Towards the end of the transatlantic slave trade, lots of descendants of slaves turned to Africa. Lots of people from Brazil returned back to Nigeria, and this story is about the home of one of these descendants of slaves. An historic house belonging to a member of the Pedro family was due for demolition, but the plan to relocate it caused unforeseen changes.
Countries like Brazil began to return back to their home continent. A number of the Afro-Brazilians, often known as Arudas, or Saros, settled in coastal cities like Lagos, especially Lagos Island, and in Port Novo, adopted Brazilian names and heritage to their descendants.
Because I can't even imagine how people are so there.
One of such was the transport Pedro's house to the Afro-Brazilian Cultural Center in Ibejuleki, where it could live on in peace, a more different plan. During the journey, just as the house reached Landmark No. the storm struck with such force that the wind spun the house into the air. Thunder crashed, and a bolt of lightning split the sky as onlookers gasped. When the dust settled, the house had landed perfectly on its roof, flipped upside down. The house of Pedro had fallen. And so, time passed, but the old house's walls remained intact, as if Akinsheye Pedro himself had willed it to stay standing. Some say it's the house's way of holding on to the spirit of Lagos, a reminder that no matter how the city changes, its roots and everything that defines the city that never sleeps always remain intact, no matter the upside downs. Today, this house of Pedro, now fondly called the Upside Down House, stands tall within Landmark Lagos, one of the most visited tourist destinations in Lagos, Nigeria, welcoming visitors from all over the world, eager to see this unique edifice.
The amazing things about this building is it is unmissable and unmistakable. When I got into the Landmark premises, it wasn't the largest, it wasn't the tallest, but it was the building that caught my attention first. After a few minutes in the debriefing room, we were ushered out into the wild, and then I got a very good glimpse at the building once again. Our guide today is named Elizabeth, and she was quick. You know, we're in Lagos, Nigeria, and it is almost always hot, so leaving the debriefing room that was air conditioned into the heat was crazy. Let's go into the building. The upside down experience starts from outside because there is no front door. The entrance is through a window, and once you go to the entrance, you enter into a kiddies room with bunk beds and all the assortment you would expect from a child's room. I was so happy to be here because this building is also air conditioned. First impressions inside the building was that some very creative people put in lots of hours to make this a reality. After what felt like a few seconds in this room, we headed through a passageway to what I can only describe as the upstairs living area with a workspace. I appreciated the attention to details once again. At this point, I had a lot running through my head because I was trying to balance what I was looking at and what my brain was telling me. I kept on holding the group back because they had to wait for me as I shot videos for you. Ensure you subscribe and like. Welcome to the ensuite master's bedroom. It has a crib suggesting that there's a newborn child in the household. The decor was cozy and it gave a lot of substance to the experience. Let's go to the bathroom. The master's bathroom was the room that had the most effect on me because I did not believe what I was seeing. There was a full-size bathtub hanging from the ceiling and I did not dare go under it because I know my luck. The experience is crazier in person because I could not believe what I was seeing. How rude of me. Meet Esther. She's my sponsor for today. She called me and said, Musa, come outside. I'm taking you out. All bills on me. And I was like, okay, thank you, ma. So yeah, thank Esther for me. Time to talk about pricing. The pricing is dynamic. It starts from as little as 3,000 plus naira up to as much as 15,000 for one regular ticket. We paid 5,000 plus naira because we went on a weekday. But if you're going on a weekend, you can expect to pay more than 10,000. You are paying for a 25-minute slot with other people, so your entire time in that building is less than 25 minutes. It is often open all day for as long as Landmark is open, so I think from sunrise to sunset. I learned that there's an app where you can pay less compared to not using the app, but I learned after the fast. There are some things you should consider before visiting Landmark. The building can be disorienting. I know you think you are the hardest or the strongest. You never know until you are there. There are a long list of conditions that are advised not to come. The one that sticks out to me is pregnant women are not allowed to enter the building for medical reasons. Please do your research to ensure that you are medically fit to go through the experience. If you are going through the experience then realize that you're not feeling well, you can always just leave. I'm sure your guide will make it easy for you to leave the building. Put your health first. My sponsor struggled to touch some of the interior pieces that were on the roof. I think she might need to grow a bit taller. They come back after the fast. Don't feel bad if you struggle to touch some of the items. It happens to the best of us. I loved a lot about this building and I almost had no notes, but I am disappointed that there were only 2 rooms and 2 living rooms. It's not the norm and I feel like the building strays a bit away from what we know as traditional Nigerian architecture. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you are still here. It means a lot to the work we do out here. Let's go to the kitchen. I love the concept of the kitchen, I'm not gonna lie. The Pedros really put in a lot of effort into their kitchen. The appliances were a real attention grabber. Everybody kept going towards the appliances trying to open it and we knew it couldn't be open, but curiosity was just there. At this point, Esther was having so much fun and throughout all her 32 were showing and I'm glad that she enjoyed the experience. Wait, is it 32 or 36? I have no idea. All her teeth were showing. With the exception of the master's bathroom, I feel like the dining is the space I love the most. There are lots of experiences and opportunities for pictures. The open concept on this floor is amazing. Might not be very traditional, but I loved the approach. We can't just stick to what we know. Do something new. I like it. The area is well lit and isn't perfect. There's a sense of somebody actually lives there. If it was too perfect, you'd be like, nah, there's no way a family with 3 kids live here. And I love the fact that they paid attention to those details. Welcome to the main living room. What I would consider the front room. This is where they would host guests whenever they had them over. The house is a bit confusing because it has just 2 rooms, 1 bathroom, and 2 massive living rooms. Not efficient in my opinion. As much as I feel like they could have added an extra bedroom or 2, it might be time for me to just shut up and enjoy the experience. Sorry for trying to rationalize the building. The experience is all that matters, to be honest. I love the building so far and I feel like Landmark did something amazing with this concept. I can't lie. You should consider supporting the channel by joining as a member, gifting super thanks, or simply subscribing. However you choose to support, just support. Thank you as you do so. At this point, our tour guide was warning us that just a few minutes to go, but I was like, I haven't gotten enough footage. What's going on here? I tried to change angles to mimic what it will look like on a home security camera. I don't know if I did a good job on that. At this point, our guide had led the other 2 people out, but I was there trying to grab this last minute angle for you because I was convinced that you'd love it, and I hope you do. I feel like Ola of Lagos trying to sell an overpriced house. I just keep telling you reasons why you should go. Feels like a sponsored ad, but it's not. I hate the fact that I barely got time to explain experience it fully, but it is what it is. After what must have felt like 5 minutes, our tour had come to an end, and I unfortunately had to step out. I rushed to the door, began feeling the heat again. Welcome to Lagos. Say hi to Elizabeth. She did a commendable job. She was efficient, too efficient. We headed to the gift shop where the prices weren't too much. Now let's have the Ukodo verdicts. Price. The pricing was fair. I would give it a 9 out of 10. The location, you can't get better than that in Lagos. 10 out of 10. Subjective experience, it was too fast. The time allotted was too small, so I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Replay value, I would say 9 out of 10 because I would definitely want to visit without filming. Accessibility, I didn't see any ramps, and this building is not necessarily meant for people with certain disabilities, so I would give that a 4 out of 10. That gives us a total score of, you can watch the video on screen right now because I created it just for you. Until the next video, your friend from the Ukodo YouTube channel wishes you love, peace and prosperity.